Welcome, Cancers. Thank you so much for tuning in to this May reading. I hope you are doing well and alive. My apologies for not showing up for such a long time, but I'm kind of doubting. Like I don't know what's coming out during this reading. Okay, because a lot of different frequencies is what I'm picking up for the Cancerian collective, and I'm a part of that collective, so I know. Look what comes through. Can we just the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles? I mean, we're starting off on a high note, aren't we? Nah, it's all good. It's all good. After rain comes sunshine. So let's see. Page of Pentacles. We're dealing with a lot of different shifts and changes, and so we have like eclipse season, and we had Saturn changing sign and Jupiter changing sign and Pluto changing sign, and it's just a lot. Like now we're middle of retrograding, Mercury retrograde, and we have this eclipse season that we're in the middle of, and it's just like all coming up and boiling up basically towards this eclipse in Scorpio that's happening beginning of the month of May. And here we are, just going with the flow, trying to not allow basically our emotional beings, our emotional sense basically get the best of us or of other people. We try to sort of cope, we try to nurture, but we also try to take care of ourselves, and there's this rush of energy of passion, but then there's also the passiveness on the other side, and it's a lot of duality. It's a lot of like, hey, I'm go, and the next week like you can't even tap into that energy source anymore. So it's a lot of just taking what you can get while we're on this moving train basically. Just take a look at the station and take it in, and then we're moving again, right? So don't try to really ground too much into a frequency or a energy, and this is a perfect time to just try things out, and don't stop yourself too much. It's like, no, but it's Mercury retrograde, so it shouldn't. Then it's like, it's like just center yourself and just trying out a couple of new things. Here and there needs to be some room for some play, because this is also an energy where things can get just really serious, and that's also okay. We'll have those phases, and we love to focus on work or putting in the work or working on something new, and there's always something to do, and that's okay because it's in our system at the same time. But there needs to be room for some play, and I'm sensing that's more of like in our fantasy world than maybe necessarily about wanting that in our 3D and really wanting to like build our entire existence onto that, but a little bit of a flirtatious connection to our fantasies and things like that in whatever way, shape, or form. This can be in multiple areas of our life. It doesn't necessarily have to be 18 plus, okay? But if that does happen, I'm just saying. But it's about that playful energy of understanding that, yeah, we're dealing with some big shifts. I'm dealing with, like, some of us really need to make, like, some serious, like, decisions. Like, we have to make a decision. Like, we have to choose what's next, or who's next, or are we in or are we out? And then to have, once again, like I said, there's a lot of duality. So on the other side also needs to be some things for the fun of it, and some things, some new to try out, and just trying to have, a lighthearted conversation, or just, someone who really just makes you laugh, or watching a funny movie, and just allowing that other energy to also just come out, so we balance each other out. The Page of Pentacles and a Hierophant, I'm seeing like there's this commitment. Like, I don't know, something took place. Maybe it was this eclipse energy, and you had this epiphany, you had this idea, you had this thing coming to you, and you're like, you know what? I have this vision, and I know where I want to take this thing. And I'm committed. Like, this is a perfect time you know, what I just said as well, is like, you know, it's not necessary that we have to set with one thing. But this is definitely a time where it feels like good to the soul and you want to commit with something, and especially if it has to do with your health and your daily routines, and just wanting to do something that is actually the opposite of what is expected of you as the person that you are, and actually you're doing something that's not so like you, right? Where you put yourself first for a little bit and something that you want, even if it doesn't necessarily make you money or whatever. It's like maybe even something for your health, and you're like, you know what, I'm ready to commit to something like that. Like I really do want to put this into take this to the next level, you know. Then go for that. If there's something that is you do for you, that's really good. You have the Temperance and the Ace of Swords here as well. It's like, yeah, there's a need for a clean slate, but this is just it. It was the King of Swords that came out in reverse, but I don't read reverses, but the fact that it came out in reverse with the Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords Temperance card is just like, whew, the universe is really nudging you, like, I'm here, move, my child. Well, that's intense, okay? It's just like, move. Like, I'll send you the tools, like, but just keep moving, like going with this flow. And purification. So it's like, cleanse it out. If it doesn't fit, just cleanse it out. And let's just see. Ooh, here we are, Chariot coming together with the Three of Pentacles, with the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Like some of you are really just have this sudden movement in your love life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that you are in conversation with that person. It's just like you see someone, you're like, shit. If there's one sign, and I swear to God, if there's one sign in the zodiac circle that might qualify for that thing they say, like love at first sight, it has to be Cancers, you know. It's just, we have this ability of just reading someone's energy, and it's just an instant thing. And it doesn't have to happen with everyone if you're capable of having that, you know. I'm not saying it is like that with everyone. All I'm saying is that for some of you, you stumbled upon a person and there's this instant connection, and not necessarily mean that you have to like chase it and do something with it, and it may not even really be the same, but it's just this window that's opening. For some of you, it really just slips through and it's right there. And then what? Right. So there's an energy that I am sensing, but it could be also for some of you it's with something else in your life, but it's about a sudden shift, but it's for the better. And so trust the process of that. Like you can have all of a sudden feel a lot better. All of a sudden you might feel like, you know, you have a lot of stuff to say. There's a lot of things that come through from subconscious, and you don't want to like rationalize it anymore. You just want to express it. You don't want to step over it. You want to walk through it so it's done and over with. You want to cleanse it out. Once again, I'm hearing that purification. I just want to cleanse it out. I don't want to have this on my chest anymore. And so some of you really do have those moments when with yourself first and foremost, and with the other person, and that really brings the two of you close together, or you know, whoever you're connecting with. Could be friendship or whatever way, shape or form. Could be colleagues as well, because we have the Three of Pentacles here. It's like you will have sorry, those were a lot of cards. I'm just gonna keep shuffling. The Chariot, you know, it says about wanting to have victory, wanting to work together, and just having a successful, I'm hearing like a successful completion. Like I just want to have successful accomplishments, things like that. Like you're putting in the work and you're starting to see the results. This is a month where you can really see some results. I don't know what you're putting your energy to, but if you put your heart, your mind, and your soul to it, you will have your days. But there's this shift, there's this difference where you can keep your focus, because you're not burning yourself down to the ground when there's a day when it's not perfect and not perfectly aligned. It's like, it's okay. I'm just do a little, but it's enough. I'm not going to bully myself out of the work that I can do tomorrow and the day after, because right now, today, I'm not perfect. No, it's not. But I keep the commitment. But it's okay if I do a little. It's enough. And then tomorrow maybe I have more energy and I'll put a little bit more in. And that's also good. Because you're combining both. You're putting in this energy of like, I can't bully myself up to the top. I have to like coexist, and I have to nurture myself as well. But also know that when I'm focused and when I have those moments of really, being able to do the things I want to do, to work on it, you have that movement. So there's a lot healthier approach to something. Maybe a relationship, maybe a connection when it comes to like work, colleagues and things like that, of the way you go about finishing your work, the way you go about over hours and things like that. But it's just this way of coping with it. It's like you're releasing it. It's not easy, because this is very stagnant. This is something that went on and on and on, and for a long period of time. You tried a lot of different things when it comes to that. Maybe you want to release something else, like maybe some of you want to release like drinking or smoking or something that has been with you for a long time. And even though it's not the right, it's not healthy for you, but it's been a part of you, and that's it's just what it is. So it's hard to let it go, even if it's the right thing to do. It doesn't mean that you find a new way to approach it, to purification. Once again, I'm hearing like purify it. Purify yourself, cleanse yourself, cleansing it away. Okay, let me clarify that. Yeah, some of you really are just decoding a lot of inner child work. That's very difficult, but you're doing it. I'm seeing a lot of harmonious energy. Beautiful. Cancers. Yes. Ooh, this is a major month. I can just sense it. Like, it's just... Once again, I knew I wasn't able to, like, do this reading in any other way than for it to just happen. Because I cannot pin down exactly what month of May will do for us, or will put into motion. Because, we're in eclipse season, so now the next of, like, 6 months, like, it will start to play out. But it's starting in the month of May, but it's a lot. It's like... It's a lot. It's like something that you're committing to will be tested, but it doesn't stand a chance of breaking this bond. When it used to do it. It used to get you off your game. It used to distract you. It used to be able to make you feel bad or whatever. But it just different. Something is different. Something changed. And how you approach it different, and you're nicer to yourself, or you work with yourself in a better way. It's almost like a new level of friendship. Like you finally found a way to coexist with that other side of you. Do it from a place of love. Beautiful, very powerful. I'm gonna pick a oracle card. It's a lot though. It's a lot of energy. We have karma releasing. Woo! Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. Wow. Make room for good energy. Make room for it. Look at that. It's literally what these cards say. We're making the room. Universe making the space. Making the room. Clearing out this tower for good energy. Ain't nothing but good. Ain't nothing but good for you. If something really wants to be eclipsed out of your life and it's happening, even if it feels like it's the worst thing that could happen, it probably in a couple months from now, you'll be like, whoa, it was really the best thing that ever happened. Like, it kind of was the best thing. Even if I was kicking and screaming while it was happening, like, no, right now, I'm like really happy that stuff happened. And like we do, sometimes it takes years with cancers. But then a moment when you finally feel freedom, and we finally feel like, I remember how I used to feel, but I'm looking back on it now, I'm just really grateful, because I did let it go, and I do feel a lot better, and I wouldn't be where I'm at if that didn't leave, even though that by itself was a very hard thing to deal with. It gains trust. You have awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Beautiful. Also, when you're entering a space as a Cancer, you know, when you're entering a space that has a lot of different levels of energy, you know, that's just a nice way to put it. Just different level of frequencies that you would like to be on or that you are on. Before entering, just put one hand on this side, put over your head, and on this side, and do the same with this one. It's like you just creating an energetic shield for your own aura, and so you can be open, but you don't take everything home. And we were very conscious about that. Even if you just were in, you can also use it an energy cleanse. It's an energy aura cleanse. Can't do it too many times because then I just lose thread of thought when it comes to your reading. But I'm closing out your reading. Let me just. I just actually like it was this month. I went to a crystal store and I got three stones. And normally, you know, I have a variety of stones that come with me. And now I really felt like I need protection. Like I don't know why, like energetic protection. And I got home and I obviously, you know, I'm Cancer, Sun and Rising, so moonstones are a really big thing for me. I have a lot of moonstones around me at all times, all kinds of different ones I have. But for the first time, I was just so drawn towards this black moonstone. It's beautiful. It's not even like it was beautiful to me. It's not even like, oh, it's the most beautiful stone you will ever see, because obviously like it's black and it's you know, it does have a little bit of different color variations, but it doesn't have like the rainbow like the, you know, the other moonstones have. But I just had this feeling with the stone, so I took it, and later on I just dived a little bit deeper into the meaning of the stone, and I was like, it's perfect, because it helps you being open and yourself and approach things from an open space and open heart, but not take on the energy of others without actually getting drained in the process. And it's perfect. It's no and that's a little bit the energy when it comes to you guys as well. It's like, I'm not telling you to go out and buy yourself a black moonstone, because, you know, I'm not selling them or whatever right now, but I'm just saying, like, trust your intuition. Like, if you feel like guided, like I need to go to wherever you want to go. You know, for me it was a crystal store. It's like I really just need a moment with a crystal store, and I actually went to a new one. I just felt connected to the stones, and they were all connected to protection, just protection of my energy. And that's a little bit the feeling that I'm feeling, like still being able to protect, still being able to have that sort of, you know, leadership, but also with this open energy. So not completely closed off, you know. So to find that balance, basically, you have belief, the force that works through your soul, determining what is possible and what is impossible, the difference between success or failure, and all above who you are is the power of your belief. That's whatever you believe in, that's that strong things, right? Creating space for good things, creating space, make room for good energy, making room for good energy. That was it. You know, some beautiful information. I'm making room for good energy. I deserve to make room for good energy. I deserve to make room for good energy. I deserved to make room for good energy. That's a good affirmation for this month of May, Cancers. All right, I'm seeing a lot. That's the thing. I cannot pin May down for you guys. I could only tell you that a lot of events take place and play out the way they're supposed to. So trust it when it comes to this month. And I do hope that there was some messages in here for you, maybe some clarification. You know, maybe you connected to it. Maybe you took just one thing out of it, but that already, you know, if I help one person with this reading, it already made my day. So thank you so much, Cancers. I love and appreciate you all. Have a beautiful month of May, and I'm going to be back soon. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading, I am available at this time, and also changed it up a little bit, so you can find it in the description box. And if you have any questions, you can always send me an email. Okay, Mwah. Bye guys.